U.S. Senator Rand Paul states over 15 agencies knew about the Wuhan coronavirus.
Watch for this is where you want to know something I represent for Deep Roots TV. This one is a bombshell. Check it out.
Greetings and salutations to all nations. Ladies and gentlemen, you know it's your favorite Jamaica. I'm Rastafari Soldier here on Deep Roots TV. Thank you for tuning in to Rastafari channel. Hit that red subscribe button. Become a part of the Rastaman panel. Shocking truth about the Wuhan and the 15 federal agents that knew about the research. Senator Rand Paul stated a vast and great corona cover-up has occurred. Well, my investigation has recently discovered government officials from 15 federal agencies knew in 2018 that the Wuhan Institute Virology was trying to create a corona-like COVID-19. These officials knew that the Chinese lab was proposing to create a COVID-19-like virus, and not one of these officials revealed this scheme to the public. In fact, 15 agencies with knowledge of the project have continued refusing to release any information concerning these alarming and dangerous research. Government officials representing at least 15 federal agencies were briefed on the project proposed by Pete Daszak, EcoHealth Alliance, and the Wuhan Institute of Virology. For years, I have been fighting to obtain records from dozens of federal agencies related to origins of COVID-19 and the Diffuse Project. Under duress, the administration finally released documents that shows that the Diffuse Project was pitched to at least 15 agencies in 2018. It means that at least 15 agencies knew from the beginning of the pandemic that EcoHealth Alliance and the Wuhan Institute of Virology were seeking federal funding in 2018 to create a virus genetically very similar to the identical in the COVID-19. Disturbingly, not one of these 15 agencies spoke up to warn us that the Wuhan Institute of Virology had been pitching these research. Not one of these agencies warned anyone these Chinese labs had already put together plans to create such virus. Pete Daszak concealed this proposal. University of North Carolina scientist Ralph Barrick, a named collaborator on the Diffuse Project, failed to reveal that the Wuhan Institute of Virology had already proposed to create this virus similar to COVID-19. And now we know that 15 agencies heard the proposal, and when each agency discovered that the COVID-19 was strangely similar to the Diffuse proposal virus creation, not one agency alerted or stepped in to warn the public that the virus might be man-made and therefore already adapted to transmit freely amongst humans. Not surprisingly to some of us, Dr. Fauci, National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease, the NIAID, was not only briefed on Wuhan's desire to create this virus. The NIAID was actually listed as a participant in the initial Diffuse pitch. Fauci Rocky Mountain Lab was named as a partner alongside the Wuhan Institute of Virology in the proposal. These documents also reveal that the scientists whose lab has received millions of dollars from EcoHealth was also part of the original plan to create these chimeric coronavirus. This research, Ian Lipkins also later became one of the author of the Proximal Origin, a journal paper commissioned by Fauci and National Institute of Health head Francis Collins to throw shade on anyone arguing that the virus might have been from a lab. Yet, Ian Limpkin never revealed to the public the diffuse proposal. Millions of people died from the coronavirus, the COVID-19 pandemic. We now know that over 15 government agencies, as well as the investigators Peter Daszak, Ralph Barrick, Ian Lipkins, and scientists at the NIAIDS Rocky Mountain Lab, also knew of the Wuhan Institute of Virology desire to create a coronavirus with a furin cleavage site, a virus pre-adapted for human transmission, and no one spoke up. We only know of this diffuse proposal because whistleblowers, one brave Marine Lieutenant Colonel Joseph Murphy, came forward with the truth. Likely hundreds of people in the government knew of these proposals to create a COVID-19-like virus, and virtually every one of these people chose to keep quiet, to obscure, and ultimately to conceal information that might have saved lives by letting the world know this was no sleepy animal virus with poor transmission. Shame on all those covered up the diffuse project. Of course, they all should be punished, but likely won't. At the very least, though, the perpetrator should be made to admit the truth, and Congress should finally put in place sufficient oversight to make sure dangerous gain-of-function experiments are sufficiently vetted and, if necessary, prevented. This is a revelation that I have always been speculating to my friends, my families, and to all the people that have been watching the channel. Now, people, I want you to share this content right here, because every time I do a video on Dr. Fauci or the COVID-19, it appears that my channel gets shadow banned. Now, I've been telling many people that the United States of America had their hand deep in this pandemic. It appears that Dr. Fauci and the NIAID and the Wuhan Corona research were partners in this pandemic. Because I always wondered how Dr. Fauci knew so much about the virus. How come he took over the last year of Trump's presidency? How come the whole world was in syncrecy with the same plans? So it appears that it was a governmental plot, another psyop. And as I told many people about this same report, but now it's out there being reported, but not many channels will cover this. Ladies and gentlemen, a shocking discovery as Rand Paul followed his nose and continue to dig to reveal and remove the lies of Babylon close. He's stating that 15 agencies knew about the Wuhan coronavirus research, including Dr. Fauci and his cronies. Yeah. And I've been telling many people that there is no way one virus could have been worldwide in every crevice and corner in the Amazon jungle where people don't even interact with regular people. But as the brave Senator Rand Paul is explaining, millions of people have died because of the COVID-19 virus. and 15 governmental agencies knew, as well as the investigators of the pandemic, Peter Daszak, Ralph Barrick, Ian Lipkin, and the scientists at the NIAID, Rocky Mountain Lab. The Wuhan Institute of Virology also knew about it. So it appears that it was a world pandemic, just like many people that are called conspiracy theorize. Ladies and gentlemen, another shocking news, another bombshell out of the United States. Senator Rand Paul has revealed that 15 agencies, Dr. Fauci's NIAID, all knew about the Wuhan coronavirus research. Wow. And they all abstained. They all stayed quiet. They are all guilty by omission. Ladies and gentlemen, subscribe, like, and share to the Rastaman channel. Yeah, leave your comment on this one. Share this content for me, and leave your comment, because what is being learned now is that Rand Paul, the senator, a reputable senator, has discovered that the United States government, 15 agencies, including Dr. Fauci and the Wuhan coronavirus research lab, all knew what was going on all this time, and they allow millions to suffer, millions to die. Leave your comment, ladies and gentlemen. What a world we're living in. What a world.
Yes, sir, you don't know. I and some culture bigging up Deep Roots TV.
Big up Deep Roots TV.
Shout out Deep Roots TV. Fire,